Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans, and sports entertainment fans, thank you for joining me, ElliJare, in the No Shave Man Cave. I gotta tell you, I am trying to wrap my head around the rest of 2023. How on earth can I be doing that on March 16th? What on earth is going on? I'm flipping through the Twitter machine. I'm flipping through every .com site that I can find, and I'm like, "Okay, Ring of Honor Wrestling 2023." And I know a lot of you are, much quicker with your thumbs than I am, and I'm not mad at you, I'm more jealous than anything. But dig this, I'm looking at Ring of Honor 2023 Supercard 2023, March 31st. Happy birthday to, Mrs. ElliJare, by the way. That's Tiff's birthday. They're coming to you live from Los Angeles, the City of Angels, at the Galen Center off of Figueroa Street, for a live event. The opening match will kick off around 4 o'clock Pacific time. That's March 31st. So there's Ring of Honor. We got one event listed. Okay. So that's one that one group. So we'll go Impact Wrestling event 2023. Sorry, I must live in a black hole, right? So everybody's like, "What are you doing, dude?" Impact Wrestling event 2023. It is acting about as hard as it is to find Impact on regular TV nowadays. If you don't have um, the on-demand feature on your TV, it's a bear to find it. But I'm gonna make the effort. You know what I'm saying? Because it's great wrestling. If you're catching it sort of intermittently, you're not going to be able to grab a hold of the storylines because you got to understand the importance of the X division. But there's some fan freaking tastic wrestling that you're going to see, and very very creative wrestling and matches, themes, and just like it's just a lot of fun to watch, right? So Um, I keep saying right, like I'm trying to get you to agree with me, but I am trying to get you to agree with me because it's I remember a day when it may have just become Impact or it was about to become Impact, and you were getting damn million watches, and it was just shy, or it might have been pretty close to how we were consuming Impact Wrestling in relation to NXT, the Black and Gold. And you had some awesome professional wrestling, and like there's nothing better than rolling in and catching some fantastic storytelling in the ring, and you just walk out like, whew. Now, don't get me wrong, like, you look over my shoulder and you're like, "Dude, you're sitting here in this room with a bunch of titles that have some really cool lineage, but you're not sitting here talking about any Impact titles." Okay, you got me on that one, but if you look at the history of the Impact title, the history of the TNA title, the history of the internet title. The internet title, now that is a very, very unique one in that it's changed hands between men and women. Another very interesting title is the Impact title has changed hands. The top title in the organization changed hands from a man to a woman. And Eddie took the pin, and you had Tessa Blanchard come out the champion, and it was a dark time in the world, a dark time in professional wrestling, and Tessa could have been. I don't even know I don't even know how to I don't wanna put her up on a pedestal to say she could have been this monarch, this, you know, like, figure in wrestling that we've never seen, because we've seen it, right? So we saw China. China was fantastic. Little stiff, not the easiest to work with because she was very particular. But who's easy to work with? I'll tell you right now, I am not easy to work with. Not gonna say I am. And I don't think it's a knock on me. You To know me is to love me. You're gonna do the things the right way, the right time, when you're supposed to do them. And if you're not, I'm gonna call you out. Okay, Jared, you're such a jerk. Okay. It's not that I'm a jerk. I don't have internal monologue, and we gotta do the right thing at the right time. Otherwise, people are gonna get hurt, or the promises aren't gonna get fulfilled. Okay, fine. I'm difficult to work with, but I tell you at the end of the day, you don't want anyone else on your team. And I would venture to say that whatever happened with Impact in that period of time, a business decision had to be made, and what's best for business is best for business, you know what I mean? But I I wish her the best, and I hope she's doing well. From everything that I've read and seen. Tessa is moving on with her life, and I hope to be able to sit down and interview her one day, because she seriously made a huge difference in professional wrestling. Good, bad, or indifferent. So, like, yes, she won a title. Yes, she was connected with some stuff. But who hasn't been connected with some stuff, right? And, hopefully, we'll be able to sit down and you know, hear what's good, see what we can get out of what we can get out of Tessa, whether it's in the wrestling ring again, or maybe we could get some. I don't want any hot takes. That's not my jam. I just want to have some good conversation, and if we can get her back in the ring, that's shit hot. I'm here for it, right? So we're also looking at some awesome wrestling coming up with New Japan. So we have the Impact and New Japan Multiverse cross promotion. That's going to be happening in Los Angeles as well, in the Globe Theater on the 30th. So you've got the 30th, you've got some Globe events with Impact and New Japan, and then the following day you've got Ring of Honor. So it looks like Ring of Honor, you may have a couple of folks that are cross-pollinated, but for the most part it looks like Ring of Honor. All of the titles will be on the line. Six-man tag with the Embassy. You'll see Claudio. You'll see the women's champion Athena. You'll see the peer champion with being defended, and then of course Samoa Joe, that world TV title, which the world TV title has so much prestige, with Tully Blanchard holding it, with Arn Anderson holding it. Magnum TA holding it, when it was the NWA World TV Championship. And, a long time, Bully has been talking about, we need to have an Ironman championship. We need to have this, a title that we're talking about, that we're seeing it every night that it's on TV, if it's every Monday or Friday or Thursday, or whatever the hell night it is. I'm feeling that, to the point where New Japan said, "You know what? That's a great idea." So we've got Sabre Jr. holding that that title that looks like the brass ring, not the brass ring that Hobbs is having to hump around. Actually, I think he's already cashed that in because he's got the TNT title. So good on him. Hopefully, we won't have to see that big gold Cheerio for a little while. So good on him. But yeah, so we've got some action going on over there. Impact has got quite a bit going on in Ontario and Canada, London, Ontario, and a couple of days over there. We also have some Chicago stuff going on, Toronto, and that's all just in April, right? And then they'll move the situation to Atlanta, Hotlanta. Not a far jaunt from me, but I will be out of the country during that time. So Atlanta will see the summer sizzle. So that should be a lot of fun. But so New Japan, they've got some crossover events with New Japan and Impact, and then I can't freaking stand it, and I am ready, willing, and able to get after it with this Forbidden Door 2, and I I am yoked, and I think it's gonna be happening in Canada. So, wrestling fans everywhere, go ahead, start getting your passports put together, and you may have to expedite that mother sucker because it is taking a minute to get your passports put together. So there's that. So we've got some events going on. So WrestleMania is on the 1st and 2nd, and that's happening in Los Angeles at the SoFi Stadium. And that is going to be a banger. So you're going to have roughly 100,000 people, and I know it's, you know, 90, 80, 90, 80, 90, or 100,000. What's 10,000 what's 10,000 people amongst friends, right? You're going to jam pack all these folks into a busy mecca of entertainment in the springtime. And I tell you, it is going to be a banger. You're probably gonna have spring break or Easter or some kinda craziness going on, plus it's a weekend, and then you have WrestleMania week. It's not WrestleMania. It's not WrestleMania weekend. It's WrestleMania week, you know what I'm saying? SoFi Stadium, it's after the draft. It's There's no combine, there's no other stuff with that. You have just finished March Madness. Everybody's, hustle and bustle. I was gonna call Arizona as your national championship. They dropped a game today against number 15 Princeton. So shout out to the Tigers. Good on you. Oh man, come on, Wildcats, where you at? Um, but hey, so back on track. So we've got a bunch of stuff going on, and the whole idea of today is, what do you got going on over the next few months with regards to wrestling? You're going to catch Monday Night Raw. You're going to catch NXT. You're going to catch AEW. I want you to start catching Impact. I really do. If you can grab a hold of MLW and Impact, I really, really would appreciate it. Now, this is not a sponsored show to any great extent. Now, do we have people that are giving us a couple of, things, this, there, and that? A little bit, but very, very little bit. So if you're a sponsor and you're looking to buy low, sell high, ElliJare, J Tilly, the No Shave Man Cave, hit us up, no shave man cave at Gmail. We are on Twitter at the No Shave Man Cave. You can find us where you get all of your podcasts, whether it's on Apple, on Stitcher, on Spotify. There's the New York City podcast if you want to download us from there, and you can grab us straight off of ACast as well. Thank you to ACast for all of your support and everything you're doing for us as we start to grow. You know what I mean? We all start somewhere. You got to crawl, you got to walk before you start running. And I tell you what, the day I hopped on this mic, I thought I was ready to run, and I heard myself, and I was like, let me go ahead and sit over here, keep crawling. So, thank you again to everybody that keeps hopping on the bandwagon. I'm going to call you the fam because I am very, very proud of what Jay Tilly has got going on. And, Jay Tilly, he did 24 years in the Air Force. I did 28 years in the Marine Corps. We had some tough times, not every day was the greatest, but I tell you, I can't remember any bad days because the great days absolutely outnumbered it. And, I look at professional wrestling and it's much the same. And you go to work and you're like, "Oh man, today was such a hard day." But you made it through it. Did it kill you? Did it? No, it didn't. And all of my brothers and sisters in arms, I salute you and I love you and I hope you're doing well. And like I say, look out for yourselves, look out for each other. If you are in crisis at any point in time, I want you to dial pound 988. Look out for yourselves. Look out for each other. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. That's all we got, right? And I keep looking at all these shenanigans and everything that's going on. And the beauty of professional wrestling is, what does it allow you to do? What does it allow you to do? It allows you this suspended belief. It allows you to sort of shut your brain off and enjoy the story. You're watching a match. It starts with an entry. Pick your favorite wrestler. Their music hits. They make their way out to the ring. High tempo, low tempo, somewhere in between. The crowd does everything, nothing, something in between. And then the crowd settles down. And then their opponent, their music hits. It's low, high, somewhere in between. The crowd is boiling. Maybe not boiling, rumbling. And then the referee signals we've got both our competitors. The ring announcer announces, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at your main event." In this corner, we've got competitor X hailing from location Y, the champion from location 1, weighing it whatever. They're defending their insert title. And I'll insert your New Japan United States Championship. And the crowd just, because the referee's holding the title. They circle around the ring. Oh my goodness, it's going to go down. Now, the minute they touch the crowd, what does that do for you? It gets your juices flowing. It allows you to not worry about your 9 to 5, not to worry about You're if you're on active duty and you're like, "Man, I got duty tomorrow. I gotta check in. I gotta get with the sergeant of the guard. I gotta read the logbook. I gotta make sure I know what's going on. I got to get the keys to the duty vehicle. I gotta go over to the armory, grab my weapon so I'm armed because I'm the armed guard and I'm the duty for the day. Hey. Sit back, relax. Let's watch. Let's enjoy." And it has been the same formula for the last 100 years. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy. There's a good crowd, there's a bad crowd. And you can just enjoy what is happening in the ring for whatever is happening in the ring. It could be Stone Cold versus Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And why did we dig that? Because we are Stone Cold. Or you may be Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You're the millionaire, billionaire dudette with your thumb on the man. Maybe you're the man and you're trying to hold him down. Maybe you're tired of being held down. Maybe you want to give him a hell yeah. And you're over here with with your Steve Weisers. I, I'm I'm full of funny one-liners because thank you to my drill instructor, Sergeant Inbody, Sergeant Hill, and Sergeant Ratliff, Staff Sergeant Sherrill, 30 years ago, and I still remember their names because it made an impact. And that's just like wrestling. The first time I saw wrestling, I knew this was meant to be. This is my jam, and I want to be part of this. And now here we are today having this conversation. What brought you? And thank you to Busted Open and Tommy Dreamer on Saturday. What was your big bang moment that brought you to professional wrestling? And I've told the fam here, my big bang moment was sitting in Kentucky watching Jerry the King Lawler throw a fireball. Not because I wanted to throw a fire well, maybe I did want to throw a fireball now that we're talking about it. But that was the big bang moment that I knew this is awesome. This is amazing where competitors will lock horns and they will do their damnedest to get over or go over. And I wasn't a smart fan then. I thought it was real. Holy cow, this guy's on fire. Oh my god, he's gonna be bald tomorrow because I've seen what fire does to people's hair, and it's gonna stink. Oh god, I bet he stinks. Man, oh, I just got goosebumps. I am serious, dudettes. Why are we wrestling fans? What are we watching? We are consuming wrestling in different forums. I am sitting in front of 3 laptops right now and my smartphone, and I have got different things streaming. I'm watching different things. I've got notes on my Surface Pro. I'm looking at you on my, uh, what is this, HP. I've got my all the different pages that I'm, talking to you about, the different cards for Ring of Honor, the Impact, the AEW. I'm over here looking at the No Shave Man Cave. Check that out. Is that not a cool logo? There are so many different ways to get a hold of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, however you do it. If you want to check me out on the No Shave Man Cave podcast, hey, straight up, I love you. Thank you so much. JT and I couldn't be doing this without you, and this is so freaking awesome. If you want to hop over to podcast.com and grab the WWE podcast and grab this app right here, this speaker.com, the WWE podcast, hey, I'm not even mad at you. Go grab it. If you're a big Sirius XM fan, or you're a Apple fan, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna grab from your Apple Podcast, or you're gonna grab from Spotify, hop on, type in wrestling, see what's good. But what I will tell you is there is so much going on in professional wrestling, like, literally, you don't have a day off. Monday, WWE. Tuesday, WWE. Wednesday, AEW. Thursday, Impact. And you can also hop on YouTube and grab some of the AEW flow. On Friday, you have WWE, and you can also find some MLW as well. And then Saturday coming up here pretty shortly, you're going to be able to grab AEW. Now, in between all of that, you've got on SiriusXM radio, you can hop onto SiriusXM radio. There's 2 radio shows about professional wrestling. 2. There's 305 million plus podcasts. Several couple of hundred of professional wrestling podcasts. And I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I am ElliJare, Jay Tilly, the No Shave Man Cave. We're going to talk about wrestling. We're going to talk about barbecue. We're going to talk about bourbon. We're going to talk about cigars. We're going to talk about some funny stories about professional wrestling. We're going to talk about funny stories about being deployed, being in the military, different slogans and colloquialisms, if you will. And I hope everybody's here for it because I am totally jazzed and jamming and loving what we got going on. I'm feeling it. I'm looking at the comments and I really seriously feel like we're starting to hit the stride. AEW is bringing us an amazing product. Their production is getting significantly better and the referees are doing way, way better. WWE is improving with Vincent Kennedy McMahon being out of the helm. We've got Impact is starting to expand their accessibility. MLW is slowly getting better, and I can't wait till they get a TV deal. However, that's going to get worked out. NWA, you can get them on YouTube. You can get them their pay-per-views on Fight, and I'm not too spun up on how you're going to pirate things and do all that. Um, but I'm sure that's out there. But don't waste. I don't want to say waste your time, but if you have access to the ability be able to watch all that stuff, go ahead and do it. So WWE, we've got WrestleMania on the 1st and 2nd. We've got Backlash on May 6th. My birthday's on the 7th. If you want to send me buy me coffee, buymecoffee.com, please. I'll buy it. I'll spend the money on coffee, probably bourbon. Backlash. Thankfully, they're not calling it WrestleMania Backlash. And then right around the corner, 3 weeks later, we're sitting in Saudi at the Queen and King. We've got July 1st, Money in the Bank, and then SummerSlam, dude and dudettes. How are we gonna book into SummerSlam? And I want to see the comments. Hit us up on Twitter at the No Shave Man Cave Twitter. Tell me what you think. How WWE is going to book us into SummerSlam from now to SummerSlam, but do it backwards. Who's going to be your champion for Raw and for SmackDown, and back us into it because the titles are going to be broken up. Cody's going to hold the title. Seth Rollins may or may not hold a title. Edge may or may not hold a title. Finn Balor may or may not hold a title. There's some other folks. Why would you not capitalize on the interest of Sami Zayn? You know what I'm saying? MLW's got all kinds of stuff going on. Plus, you can catch a bunch of other wrestling that's now in syndication. Like one of my favorite shows is Lucha Underground. So I know I've gone on this rant, and I really appreciate you hanging out, checking it out with me, seeing where I was going to take this thing. But all this to say, we've got plenty, plenty, plenty of professional wrestling that can get us from March 16th through the summer into Summerslam and multiple AEW pay per views. So thank you for checking us out. I am so proud of Jay Tilly and I and the whole entire fam, what we're doing over here in the No Shave Man Cave. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And for putting us in the top 3% of 305 million podcasts in the world. So we wouldn't be here without you. And you know, they say in sign language, thank you, big celebration, and be safe. Look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and I'll see you on the floor.